Hello and welcome to my channel. Please hit that subscribe button if you are not already a subscriber. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you like scrapbooking videos. Today I have a video for the Love of Crafting and Sharing YouTube hop. I am participating in this hop each month, and each month a whole big group of us YouTubers get together and create videos with a theme. And for the month of May, the theme is Floral Frenzy. So I am going to be using a floral cut file from Paige Evans, and I went ahead and backed this cut file off camera, but I just backed it with one piece of paper. It was a striped piece of paper with many different colors, and so I thought it would add a little variation to it without having to back each flower with a different color. That's too much work for me. I was just not in the mood to be doing all that work. So I pre-cut this file out months ago, and I like to do that with my die cutting machine. I like to cut out a whole bunch of different files just with white cardstock and then have them when I feel like using them. And so that's a little tip there for you. If you have a die cutting machine, an electronic die cutting machine, and you find yourself not using it that often, maybe just sit down and cut a whole bunch of cut files with white cardstock and then go from there. So I am going to be doing some color stamping, and I'm going to be doing the same color that's on the floral. So whatever color is on the floral, I'm going to stamp kind of below it and behind it with that same color ink with these plus signs. I will have all of the products that I'm using linked down below. I am using a Concord and Ninth stamp set, and I'm going to use several of the stamps in the stamp set. And I am also using my Catherine Puller ink pads. They are my favorite ink pads. They are just great for stamping. I always get a really nice impression, really beautiful colors, and I just love them. They're my favorite. So again, I'll have all of this stuff linked below. I will also have all of the other people participating in this hop linked below as well, so you can check out all of their videos. I encourage you to like their videos and subscribe to their YouTube channels as well, because they all put out amazing videos and more inspiration, right? So I backed the photos with some yellow paper. I am using a Pink Fresh Studio collection, and again, I will have it linked below. I would truly appreciate you using my affiliate links. When you use my affiliate links, that just helps support my family, and it brings a small amount of income into my family. So I do appreciate you using my affiliate links. It really helps me out a ton. So I am going to back the cut file with some craft foam, but I'm not going to leave all of that on camera because it does take quite a while. As you can see, I used a whole bunch of scrap pieces of craft foam, and I just cut them up and used them. So yeah, it took me a while. So I really love all of the stamping behind the colors and the cut file. I just think that it adds something extra to the page. I do want to say that I did print my journaling off. It's off here to the left hand side, and I really wanted to put it on the layout, but I end up putting it, which is, I do it off camera, but I end up putting it on the back of the layout. I just glue it to the back of the layout. I get asked all the time, why don't you journal? I do journal. I usually do not do it on camera. And for the most part, if I have a tag on the page, or if I have any kind of cut apart or die cut with lines, usually that is where I will do my journaling after I take photos of my layouts. And then sometimes I do put it on the back of my layout if I just don't have room for it on the front. I personally don't really love my handwriting, and so I don't I don't want to make my layout look bad. I know that sounds really silly, but for me, I just really don't like my handwriting. So I like it typed like this if I'm going to use it on the layout, and I really was going to try to use it on the layout. But this layout went in a completely different direction than I first started what I thought it was going to be. And so I just glued the journaling on the back of the layout, which is fine with me. No, you cannot see it on the front, and you would have to take the layout out of the page protector, out of my album to see it. However, I feel like it's still there. So one day it will be seen, I'm sure, from somebody. So now I'm just taking some flowers and leaves from that stamp set, and I'm stamping them onto the left hand side and the right hand side of both of the photos. I'm kind of just bringing that floral die cut and just bringing it all to be one with the photos and the stamping below, and it kind of just makes everything just look like it flows together. At least that's what I was going for. I think that it works, and yeah, so I'm just going to bring in all of the colors from the bottom stamping that I did up to the two sides. And now I'm going to do a little embellishing. I'm not going to go too crazy with the embellishing because the die cut piece or the cut file is quite large, and I don't want to cover up all of my pretty stamping. I love the stamping that I did. I love the colors, and so I am not going to cover that up because I worked really hard on that and I like the way that it looks. I don't feel like you always need a whole bunch of embellishments to make something look good. So I know some people embellish heavy. I am just one that doesn't embellish heavy. I love the look of people's layouts that embellish a little heavier. I love that look, but for me, it's just not my style. And that's okay, because in scrapbooking, we have so many different styles and so many different ways to scrapbook. I feel like I can still learn things from people that scrapbook a little bit differently than myself. And I think people that scrapbook differently from me can learn some things from me. So there's that. I don't know where I was going with that. So I did a little cluster here with some of the die cuts, and I'm going to put it at the top left hand corner, and then that is pretty much going to be all of my embellishing. I am going to use, what am I going to use? No, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to trim down the paper, and I'm going to end up putting one of the pattern papers behind it, and it's just going to peek out at the top and the bottom of the layout. I really love the way that this looks, and I feel like it just grounds it. It just looks, it was missing something. I felt like it was just missing something. And then once I did that, I absolutely loved it. I love the way that it looks. I think it looks so pretty. I just needed something behind it. My ATG, of course, ran out because it always runs out when I'm on camera. And then Greg came in and needed a Band-Aid on his finger because he cut himself. And so I had to tend to him, and I had to put new ATG or tape in my ATG gun. So there's that. So now that we're all ready and ready to go, I do want to make sure that you guys check out the description box, like I said, for all of the products, as well as all of the people participating in this hop. I hope that you will subscribe to all of our channels and show all of us some love. You leaving comments and thumbs ups really helps our YouTube channels grow, and it helps YouTube share our videos with more people. And so I encourage you to do those things. They really help our channels out. So the very last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a stamp for my title, and it's just going to be pretty simple. It's going to be Smile. And that is my layout for today. I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, again, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to spread love and be kind. I hope that you all have an amazing day. Bye.